Okay, you may have heard of the phrase, oil and water don't mix. Well, something interesting that I have observed with face cards and number cards is you can mix them together really, really well. But left on their own, they tend to separate from one another. It's really, really odd behavior here. So what I've done here is I've mixed together the face cards and number cards to the greatest degree possible by alternating them. Okay, so they're just interleaved perfectly. Okay, and so what we're going to do here is I'm going to have you help me randomize these further. Okay, and in fact, we'll begin with something called a down under or an under down, and you can choose either one. And I'll show you what the shuffle is. Would you like to do a down under or an under down? You want to do an under down? Okay, so this is what it looks like. Under, down, under, down, under, down, down, under, down, under, down, under, down. Last one goes on top. Okay, very good. Well, that's one of many ways to just scramble the cards. Another great way is to deal them out into kind of a triangle configuration like this. And that mixes them in a very, very different way. Now from here, we can actually deal them out, if you would like, into two piles with random stacking decided by you. Well, how would you like these stacked? Right on left? Okay. We can do, in fact, a note to you as the performer, you can do as many of these left-right dealings as the spectator would like. How would you like these stacked? Left on right. Okay. Another great way to mix cards is to use something called the Klondike Shuffle. This is where you take the top and bottom cards off as one, and then you do a left-right dealing of those. Crazy way to mix the cards. How would you like these stacked? Right on left? Okay. Would you like to do another one? You would, okay. So this is called an alternate Klondike. How would you like these stacked? Right on left again. Okay, very good. Would you like to do any more left-right shuffling or this alternate Klondike? One more left-right. Okay, how would you like these stacked? Right on left. Okay, very good. Any more of the alternate Klondike? Two of them. Okay, that's fine. Okay, very good. How would you like those stacked? Left on right. And I believe you've asked for two more. So we will do what you've asked there. How would you like these stacked? Right on left. Okay, and then to finish, we'll do this wonderful triangle deal one final time and stack them in the same way that we've been stacking them. And now what I like to do is just deal out the top four to show you what the top four cards are and what the bottom four cards are, because the top four were together at the top as a block and the bottom four were together. So what has happened here? Oh, well, there we go. All of the face cards gravitated to the top of the packet, and all of the number cards dropped to the bottom of the packet. So they moved as far away from each other as they possibly could in the packet. Okay, wow, isn't that strange? That face cards and number cards separate just like oil and water. Okay, so if you just do what I've done here, this will work for you. So we're at a good place. We have four face cards on top, four number cards on the bottom. This is just a prep step here. So if you perform one Klondike Shuffle, it will set the face cards and number cards up in an alternating relationship, and you can point that out to the spectator and say, well, they're as well mixed as they can be right now. Let's see if they separate from one another. Well, since it's cyclic, since it's alternating, you can perform a random cuts like this, or the Charlier Shuffle. This is a kind of a nicer way or more convincing way of mixing. And I can add a link in the description below to the Charlier Shuffle. Okay. Now from there, we're doing something that I've never done on my channel before. I'm giving you the choice between a down under at this point or an under down. Now those are very, very different shuffles. Okay. But nonetheless, both of them will work just fine. Okay, so maybe, I think we did an under down for the performance. So why don't we down under here? So down, under, down, under, down. Last one goes on top. Okay. Well, just a note to you, what that does, which is great, is it actually right there separates the cards into a block of number cards and face cards. Okay. Now, to stop the routine there would probably not be all that satisfying because you really haven't done much. So what we did was we converted it to a Bessie sequence of order 8 using this triangle deal in which you pick up the first one that was dealt out, you stack in opposite order, and so what that does is it creates a Bessie sequence of order 8. Now the reason that's nice is because now we'll be able to mix it in literally hundreds of different ways if we chose to, and not harm it. Okay, so what I thought we would do, what I did in this performance, is just limit it to the left-right shuffle with random stacking. And this is all true. You can do one of these or 1,000,000 of these and it won't hurt anything, with spectator deciding how to stack those. You can also do this left-right Klondike. Okay, this is called an alternate Klondike with random stacking. These are just two of the many shuffles you can perform when you have a packet of 8 cards set up as a Bessie sequence arrangement of the cards. Okay, so we haven't heard anything, and now to get back to our kind of dichotomous blocks, a block of face cards versus a block of number cards, we perform the same triangle deal. Okay, and then at this point, we've done the job there. We have separated the face cards from the number cards, just like that. Now this time the number cards are above, which is fine, and here are the face cards down below. Okay, so this will work for you every time. Now it is special to a packet of 8 cards, and we are taking advantage of a very special structure, a Bessie sequence structure, and I will add a link in the description below that will teach you all about Bessie sequences of different orders and quasi-Bessie sequences and the amazing things that you can do with these special organization of different packet sizes. So take a look at that series. I think you'll find it very interesting. And within that playlist, you'll find dozens and dozens of applications of these mathematical principles. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.